If you've been following K-pop for a while, you know that some groups treat their variety content as just another schedule, something they film quickly between promotions. But when it comes to 17, things are a little different. And recently, something happened that honestly shocked a lot of fans, and even non-fans across the internet. Not because of a scandal, not because of a comeback teaser, but because the group held what fans are now calling an emergency meeting. Yes, an actual meeting. And the reason behind it? Their own content. If you're a fan, you probably already know how iconic Going 17 is. For years now, this series has been one of the most loved idol variety shows in K-pop. It's not just popular among fans. Many non-fans discovered 17 through these episodes. The chaos, the creativity, the humor, it turned the show into something much bigger than just promotional content. But recently, something changed. After filming their very first episode of 2026, the members and the production staff reportedly gathered together for a very honest conversation about the future of the show. And the atmosphere wasn't just casual brainstorming, it was serious. The members opened up about how they were feeling lately while filming the show. And one of the first people to speak up was the group's leader, S.Coups. He admitted something that many idols might never say out loud. He shared that lately it sometimes feels like they're forcing themselves to film the show. Not because they don't care, but because the routine has become so constant that it feels like they're continuing simply because they can't stop. Imagine hearing that from an idol who has been doing this for almost a decade. And the honesty didn't stop there. Another member, Boo Seungkwan, also shared his thoughts about the situation. He explained that the staff has always tried to be extremely respectful toward the members during filming. They try not to pressure them too much and give them space. But ironically, that kindness might actually be affecting the show. Seungkwan revealed that because everyone has been trying to be so considerate, the energy during filming hasn't been the same. The members have been getting tired, and that exhaustion has started to show on camera. And if you've ever worked on creative content, you probably understand this feeling perfectly. When something becomes too routine, when the pressure to keep delivering gets heavier, the creativity that once felt natural can suddenly feel forced. But here's the part that made fans respect 17 even more. Instead of ignoring the problem, instead of just continuing the show because it's successful, they decided to stop and talk about it. They analyzed what was happening, how they felt, and what direction they should take moving forward. And remember, this is a group that debuted back in 2015. That means 17 is already about 10 years into their career. In K-pop, that's a huge milestone. Many groups at this stage would simply follow the routine their company gives them. But 17 has always been known for being extremely involved in their own content and creative direction. And that's exactly why this meeting stood out so much. They weren't discussing sales numbers, they weren't talking about chart rankings, they were talking about one thing. Are we still making people laugh? That level of self-awareness honestly surprised a lot of netizens. When clips from the meeting started circulating online, people quickly began reacting to the members' honesty. Some people found it incredibly admirable. One comment joked that it's funny how idols can get genuinely sad if they feel like they're not making people laugh anymore. Others said they were amazed by how seriously the group treats content that many idols might see as just entertainment. And then there were comments from people who admitted they aren't even fans of 17, but they still found the conversation impressive. One netizen said that when the show gets boring, they simply stop watching, but seeing the members actually discuss these issues shows how much they care about their audience. Another person pointed out something really interesting. They said the fact that 17 is having these kinds of creative dilemmas after so many years in the industry proves just how dedicated they are. Because think about it, a group that has already achieved massive success, a group that sells millions of albums, a group with one of the strongest fandoms in K-pop, they could easily just keep producing episodes and move on. But instead, they're analyzing their content like creators, like YouTubers, like producers, like entertainers who genuinely care about the audience experience. And honestly, that mindset might be one of the biggest reasons Going 17 became such a huge success in the first place. The show didn't grow because it was forced promotion. It grew because the members treated it like a creative project. Every game, every concept, every chaotic moment, it all came from genuine effort and chemistry between the members. And fans clearly noticed that. That's why seeing the members worry about the quality of the show actually made people appreciate them even more. Instead of pretending everything is perfect, they openly acknowledge that they're feeling tired, and that the energy on set isn't the same as before. And rather than ignoring it, they're trying to fix it. That level of transparency is honestly rare in the idol industry. And fans are already curious about what this conversation will lead to next. Will the show take a new direction? Will they experiment with new concepts? Or will they take a short break to recharge their creativity? Right now, nothing has been officially confirmed yet. But one thing is clear. Even after 10 years in the industry, 17 is still thinking about how to improve, how to entertain, and how to make their fans laugh. And in a world where content is constantly being pushed out for views and algorithms, seeing artists actually pause and reflect like this feels surprisingly refreshing. It reminds people that behind the polished performances and viral clips,
These idols are still creators who care deeply about what they produce. And if anything, this moment might mark the beginning of a brand new chapter for Going 17. Because sometimes the best ideas come after you admit something isn't working anymore. But now we want to hear from you. What do you think about 17 holding an emergency meeting to discuss their own content? Do you think Going 17 needs a fresh concept? Or do you believe the show is already perfect the way it is? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And of course, stay tuned to Dayback Daily for more K-pop news, updates, and stories from your favorite idols.
And before we wrap up today's story, there's something that really stands out about this whole situation. In an industry where idols are constantly moving from one schedule to another, filming content, performing, promoting, traveling, and preparing for comebacks, it's honestly rare to see artists pause and reflect on something like this. But that's exactly what 17 just did. Instead of simply continuing their schedule like nothing is wrong, the members chose to sit down together with their staff and have an honest conversation about the future of Going 17. And that says a lot about how seriously they take the content they create for their fans. Because for many groups, variety content is just an extra part of promotion, something fun to upload between comebacks. But for 17, it has clearly become something much bigger. For years, Going 17 has been one of the most iconic idol variety shows in K-pop. Some people even became fans of the group after randomly discovering an episode and laughing their way through the chaos, the games, and the unpredictable moments between the members. So the fact that the group is now thinking deeply about how to keep that magic alive shows just how much they care, not only about their music, but also about the experience they give their audience. And honestly, reaching almost a decade in the industry while still worrying about how to improve your content is something that deserves respect. Many artists at this stage of their career might simply rely on their popularity, but instead, the members of 17 are still asking themselves important questions. Are we still entertaining people? Are we still making fans laugh? Are we still entertaining people? Are we still making fans laugh? Are we still creating something that feels fresh and exciting? Those are the kinds of questions that creators ask when they genuinely care about their work. And that dedication is probably one of the biggest reasons why 17 has managed to stay so relevant and loved for so many years. Fans are now curious to see what direction Going 17 might take next. Will the show evolve with new concepts? Will the members try completely different formats? Or will this conversation simply bring back the energy and creativity that made the show so special in the first place? Whatever happens next, one thing is clear. 17 is not the type of group that does things halfway. When they create something, they want it to be meaningful, fun, and memorable, not just for themselves, but for the people watching. And moments like this remind us why so many fans admire them not only as idols, but also as creators and entertainers who truly care about what they put out into the world. But now we want to hear from you. What do you think about 17 holding this honest discussion about their content? Do you think Going 17 needs a fresh new concept? Or do you feel the show is already perfect the way it is? Share your thoughts down in the comments because we always love hearing what you think. And if you enjoy staying updated with the latest K-pop news, stories, and discussions about your favorite idols, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching Dayback Daily, and we'll see you in the next video.